out she holds. It's feeling like we've been here before. We're both so broke, that's something that'll keep us afloat. Don't walk too slow, we can't keep falling deeper again. Came too close and the day's so far from pure. A rush of blood, but we search for so much more. We've all been here before. stand and watch the world go up in flames. We fight for love until we die in vain. When the sky is getting dark and we're broken in our hearts, when we build our own demise, from the ashes we will rise. When the world is falling down, will you be my solid ground? When the world is falling down, will you be my solid ground? Be my solid We look off the edge till the waves come crashing in, and we say our goodbyes to the tides that might have been. When the sky is getting dark and we're broken in our hearts, when we build our own demise, from the ashes we will rise. When the world is falling down, will you be my solid ground? When the world is falling down, will you be my solid ground?
Welcome, everybody. We have a great show, a connected cam show match in Rocket League. I'm Anthony, the last Mohican, or take more commonly known as Coach Mohican or Coach Anthony. I'm joined by Coach Aiden for another wonderful show match.
Yes, we are back at it again with the Rocket League show matches. Today we got a little something special planned for y'all. We will be doing some 2v2s, and we might be rotating out the caster combos a couple times tonight. So we are looking forward to what today has to offer. In 2v2s, it's a little bit unusual for Rocket League, not the most commonly supported esports game mode, but 2v2s is just duos going out on the pitch, trying to make sure that they can score more goals than the other. Really that simple. Rocket League, not a complex game. Don't tell Jack I said that. But I think we're ready to start.
Yeah, we'll make sure to scrub that from the audio later on.
Yeah,
but
delete the
VODs. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are here to play some Rocket Leagues. We got the teams all revved up, ready to go. And to say the teams, we got Coach Jen and Coach Backham, which is Brandon on Ford Truck Month, as they would like to be called. And then on Orange Team, we got Coach Jack, which is Coach Go, and Coach Jesse, aptly named Coach Jesse 28.
And now we're getting into some of the action here. Only 15 seconds have gone, and we already see our first demo. It will be Coach Jesse taking a leaf out of Coach Brandon's book there with the demo right from the get-go. Bloodshed already, and Brandon wouldn't have it any other way. Going for the demo on Coach Jesse in kind. Says, no, you're not going to do that to my teammate.
Absolutely not. I'm surprised that it wasn't Coach Brandon getting the first demo, but he comes back with full force for the second one. Right now, the ball is meandering around the orange side, trying to get possession. Already forward truck month, already looking to see, by the way, not sponsored, if they can be able to score a goal. Unfortunately not. It's going to go meander back over the blue side to see if anything. Very nice dribble, but it's not going to go in.
And Coat there with the very nice defense in the Scarab. Tiny little car, but it's perfectly the same size as the ball itself, and that's all you need sometimes to defend. So great job, and a good follow-up from Coach Brandon there to get the first goal.
Just tips it right in, easy peasy, and now we're up on the board. We got Ford Truck Month coming out Ford Truck Month strong with 1-0. About to the face-off, and right now it looks like Jesse was able to hit it over to the blue side with the kickoff.
It will be Brandon and Coat both trying to go and get the ball, but it will not. Doesn't seem to be quite in their possession yet. Even though they are hitting the ball around, it seems like Goyo's going to be able to knock that away and try to reclaim the ball for the orange side here.
Orange is going to get possession, going to dribble right on over. Brandon is not going to be able to actually pick it up, but that's okay. Hits the post right over to the side. There's a little bit of danger as Jack's trying to hit it over. Right there, Brandon is going to knock it away. Goyo smacks it over into orange side territory, but rotation over the side gets a little bit of boost.
Up the wall it goes, and Coach Brandon and Coach Jesse both descending back to the playing field almost simultaneously. A 1v1 for a temporary time there, but it's not to be. Both teams now with both duos fighting over the ball, and it is going to be blue on the defensive now. Not a position that Brandon's particularly comfortable with. You know he has that aggressive play style, but he's going to make do with what he can.
Goyo, he's trying to go all the way to midfield. A very beautiful juggle. Unfortunately there, Coach Jens doesn't want any of it. It's going to throw it past the goal. It's going to hit the post. Now back over to the midfield. Now we see a little bit of interesting stuff here. We're going to see possession by Jack. He's going to be able to dribble. Jumps it right up. There with Jen!
Oh, Jesse going for the shot. It was not to be, unfortunately. Just barely off the backboard there. And Coach Jen now trying to take it out, and Goyo going for the demo. Trying to make sure that even though they messed up that goal, they're not going to let another one go in for blue.
Jack looking as impressive as ever. It's going to start meander over to the blue side, hits the backboard, and hits it right in to score, tie it up 1-1.
Excellent play there by Coach Jack, just doing a couple barrel rolls, as Pepe Hare always said. Making his way over towards the blue goal, and in it goes.
Fun fact, that's actually not a barrel roll. That is called an aileron roll.
A what roll?
An aileron roll.
Aileron roll.
Yeah, a barrel roll is actually when you act like it's like a barrel, right? So it's like you do a circular barrel. When you only rotate around the let's say horizontal axis, that's actually just an aileron roll.
Huh. That's your fun fact of the day with Coaches Aiden and Anthony. The difference between an aileron and a barrel roll. In case you ever need that information.
Very, very useful information.
I'll quiz come up in your classes. What's the difference? You'll remember your friends, Coach Aiden and Coach Anthony. Coach Brandon now taking the ball out, going for the goal. We do have some Rocket League to play. Coach Brandon trying to take the ball towards the center line there. Going for the defensive. Not quite making it. Jack trying to set up for Coach Jesse. It will be Orange scoring the ball. I don't know if that's a barrel roll or an aileron roll, but I know that's nobody in goal for blue. Now we'll leave things wide open for Orange to score.
Aileron roll, barrel roll, as long as you roll the ball into the goal, it's any kind of roll you want. And bound to another kickoff, and looks like it's going to start off over to the side, 2-1. Got to see the pressure is on for Truck Month to score another one. They got a minute 20 to be able to hit it into overtime. So, you know, plenty of time, no buzzer beaters needed.
Good clear by Coach Jesse trying to take it over to blue side, put it in their court now. And Brandon following up from Jen's layup. I don't know if you can really use layup in a soccer-based game, but it seems to be an apt term for how this game is played. Jack now going for something fancy, doing a couple flips, trying to get the ball into the goal, laying it up for Jesse. Jesse just a little bit too fast, and Brandon gonna take the ball and run home with it like a elementary school bully.
I mean, that was wonderful aerial theatrics coming from Jack to hit it all the way to their side. He doesn't decide to score the goal exactly, and then Brandon comes in, knocks it over the other side, and scores it up, ties it up 2-2. Now we're down to about 50 seconds left on the clock again. I would call it more like the bumper off rather than the Kemp off, but you know, tomato tomato.
Yes, indeed. Jen trying to go for the clear there. Doesn't seem to be in Blue's possession, though. No control over the ball for them, even though Jen is going for the ball, trying to hit it. Will be Orange able to take possession. Coach Jack keeping the ball right on top of his car. Jesse now trying to follow through. It's Jesse and Jen both going for the ball at the same time. It is centered for Blue.
Fortunate.
But demo on Jen is going to deny that goal.
Deny the goal, and now Jen is back up, and Adam's going to throw it right into the corner. He's going to try to center it for Jen to be able to hit it in. Jen is trying to look for it, but Jack is too swift on him, hits it right out of the air. Now the last 6 seconds, let's see if anybody can hit this buzzer beater. Jack is going to throw it in. Brandon with a good deny. It's still alive for a second more. Hits it into the backboard. Looking to see if anything, it's still alive, but it hits the floor, and we go in overtime.
Yes, indeed, overtime. We don't leave until somebody scores a goal, and given these two teams, we could be here a while, but it's going to be Jack going for that nice fancy aerial. He's trying to use this time to show off his skills.
And skill he does have, dripping from his controller as he puts it right back down. It's still over on the orange side. Jesse knocked it over the side. This could be dangerous. Jen is going to be able to knock it over, but it's hit into the corner. Brandon hits it back up into the air. There's still a lot of pressure for Ford Truck Month.
Both teams on a bit of the defensive now. It's going to be Jen trying to knock the ball away from Coach Jack. Jesse had an open shot, but Jen comes right back around. Manages to knock the ball out of his clutch. Brandon now trying to take possession.
Trying to reverse the pressure here, but the pressure is still on. A good challenge from Jesse. He's going to be able to knock it out. Now it's up to Goyo, the Goyo Guardian, to be able to see if he picks it up. A very nice aerial. Look at those wonderful air dribbling skills. Hits it right up for Jesse. Hits the post.
Oh, man. So much control over that situation, and for what, though? Just all to fall to pieces at the very end, off the backboard, and we go again. As many of the greats have said before us, GG's go next. Will be Jen trying to take this open shot. Jesse, not sure if he was trying to help out or block it, but he does manage to do the latter. Knocks it up into the air for Coach Jack, and it will be centered once again. Orange taking possession, trying to put the pressure back on the Blue. Blue has been very good at this defensive game so far. They've had a lot of pressure for most of this overtime period, and they've been handling it quite well.
They've been rotating very good, considering that the rotations are way harder to do on a 2v2, considering you don't have that third man backing you up. But now Jack is not going to be able to block it, and the wonderful shot from Brandon is going to win the game a 3-2 for Ford Truck Month. Not sponsored, by the way.
Not sponsored, by the way. Incredible corner shot by Brandon there. You can see in that replay. Just managed to get it right into that upper left corner. Squeaks it right in there. Very precise shot, because that shot was built Ford tough. If anybody's going to hit a Ford tough shot, it will be Brandon.
That's very true. Now that was a good shot. I think we're rolling on to game 2. Oh, wait, this is a best of 3 series, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
I'm not sure, actually. I believe it might just be a best of 1. It seems like I am being called in now.
Well, Aiden,
so I will be,
good luck.
I will be swapping in for the man himself, Coach Brandon, your MVP of that last series. He will be taking over. A very early retirement, but swapping to casting.
He hits one amazing shot, and that's it. That's all she wrote for him. And now, Aiden, it's time to see your skills, your time to shine, time to pull out the Jack theatrics, as they say.
Oh, dear goodness.
Alright, and now we're having a little bit of rotations. Hope you folks are having a wonderful time with the casting and with the game so far. Brandon is going to switch over back into second. Welcome, Brandon. Are you ready for this wonderful second match?
Yes, sir, Anthony. We got a great matchup for you. We've got Coach Jesse and Greg versus Coach Aiden and Jen. Really looking forward to this game. What are your thoughts on it?
Well, considering that both teams are very strong, I'm still looking to see if Aiden has the skills to pay the bills with the kind of theatrics and this kind of to see which is better, his casting or his driving.
You know, yeah, I'll be really curious to see how he does. Very good. Quick shout out to Aiden, though. Aiden just picked up the game of Rocket League a few months ago, and here we see Jen's team getting on the board, her with the Christmas gift explosion. Not a super challenging shot, but open nets can sometimes be pretty daunting. They open up the scoring about 22 seconds in. But as I was saying, it's been really impressive to see how Aiden's grown since first picking up the game a few months ago to a point where he can almost aerial. Something that took me nearly a year to learn. But I think that the one comment I do have on this matchup that has nothing to do with the skills of the players, we've got some really interesting cars. Certainly not really sure what Jesse's repping, but it's really cool to see just such a variety when professional Rocket League is just a lot of Octane, Fennec, and then the occasional Dominus. It's cool to see these coaches mixing it up a little bit. But here we are, a little over half a minute in. Scores are at 1-1. It'll be interesting. I think that my key to this game is really minimizing mistakes. Jesse sails over the ball. I think that we're going to see a lot of chances. With the 2v2, field's a lot bigger. There's going to be a lot more open space than your traditional 3v3, and it'll be all about capitalizing on that open space. We're going to be looking at these teams and seeing who has the better control, who can keep the ball closer to their car, make some opportunities happen, as opposed to just kind of clearing the ball upfield, as we see Aiden here in on an open net. Can't quite convert. Ball does roll to the middle. Let's see what happens with Jen. But, as I was saying, it's opportunities like that. You're going to see that a lot with a little over 3.5 minutes left. And I think that the difference is going to be who's going to capitalize on those opportunities and who's not.
Oh, absolutely. And both teams are getting a lot of opportunity to score a net. You see Coach Jesse right now try to score it in, but Jen is going to be able to none from. But Greg coming in from behind, rotates in and knocks it right in for a 2-1 conversion.
That's what I'm saying. In the 3v3 games, you make that save initially from Jen. You've got someone rotating right behind you. There's no one there. Greg comes in, puts a powerful shot, bottom left corner. They're up 2-1.
Up 2-1. Right now, the ball is going to meander over the mid. Very nice. They experienced both those players right there. Read each other's minds, and it's going to get stuck in the middle. Now it's rotating over the mid. And I am really looking to see. The pressure is starting to mount a little bit over onto the blue side. Now, that is going to be a goal going in from Jesse. And the 50-50 right there, which is a little bit out of his control.
It's 3-1 here. They double that lead. They do say that a 2-goal lead is the most dangerous in soccer. We'll see if it holds true in Rocket League as well. But, again, that's just capitalizing on your chances. He saw an ounce of space. He took it. They go up 3-1. We're seeing a few mistakes coming out from both sides that are opening up the field a little bit more than they should. But a quick comment on these teams. These are some folks that haven't spent a whole lot of time playing together, may not have the chemistry necessary to, have these really clean rotations, as Greg does miss that wall read. Aiden goes into a 1v1, centers the ball. Let's see if Jen can do anything here. The orange team hits each other. Ball rolls harmlessly to the side.
Everyone went up for it, but no one was really there to hit it. Greg tries to hit the shot in. Unfortunately, it goes a little bit too wide. Now the ball goes into the midsection. But yeah, as you were saying, these folks don't have too much time playing together. They are coaches, that practice with their teams, like Rocket League, but they don't really practice with each other. So may not be 100% in tune with each other's styles as of yet.
Quite honestly, Anthony, I mentioned my key to success for both teams being, capitalizing on your chances and minimizing mistakes. But, here we are. This is a Showmatch. We're meant to have fun. I just want to see something cool. As Aiden narrows the deficit to 1 with a little over 2 minutes remaining. Let's take a look at this one more time. Jesse with a clear out. You see that double commit, that chemistry coming into play. Aiden cleans it up. Well done. I'm glad he changed up his hat. He's got a sombrero on. He was unironically wearing a fedora for a while. But, with the new topper. But yeah, I just want to see something cool. Maybe we get a cool aerial goal, a really nice pass. What do you want to see out of the rest of this game?
For me, I'm always a fan for those unintentional, those kind of unintentional chemistry or teamwork. When you boop your friend or you boop your teammate accidentally, but then you boop your teammate right into the ball in for a goal. I kind of want to see those kind of oops, but it worked out kind of moments. Those are the ones that always get a giggle out of me.
Oh, the completely intentional moments. Would be inclined to agree with you there. There are a lot of small things that we're seeing here. A lot of really great decision making from the the veteran players, Greg and Jen. there are two things in particular that I'm seeing that I'm really liking this game. The first being they really know when to challenge. They've got a really good idea of just about how much risk they're putting into each challenge. Well, you know, do they have cover? Something like that. And here you see Jesse making kind of a risky clear off of the sidewall. This is something I talk to my teams a lot about, and that's, you know, if we are going to clear the ball from our own third and we are going to use the wall, our intention should be to go upfield and not hit it against the wall as hard as you can. That's something that we've seen out of Jen and Greg a lot, but, you know, out of Aiden and Jesse, they're more inclined to go more horizontal. So I'll be looking to see if they can do that a little bit less, but, you know, regardless of what's been happening on the field, scratch that. You know, as we look at what's happening on the field, we've got a really great game going into under 30 seconds remaining. I'll be interested to see if either of these teams make some changes. You know, who's going to play more aggressive. Personally, you know me, Anthony, I'm going to be looking to see who's going to go for some demos, try to open up space. You've got about 10 seconds left if you're the blue team. You want to tie it up. It's now or never.
Absolutely, we're down to the final 5 seconds. Ball is going to go up into the air, rotates out to the bar. It's going to hit across the wall. Is it going to stay? Unfortunately, not, as Greg misses the hit. And that's going to be game 2 with Coach and Jesse and Coach Greg picking up the score.
Yeah, you know, a lot of things we liked there. I will say this. I think it was a tale of two halves. I think that the orange team really took charge in the first half. Their shooting was on point. They, you know, they were passing really well. Their clears were good. Second half, blue started to get a little bit more momentum, but unfortunately, I think they just ran out of time towards the end. Couldn't muster up enough chances.
Oh, absolutely. When you are, when you don't have like too many goals being scored, or you just have about 2, the time can really go fast. I mean, when you're defending or when you're attacking, trying to find, the time really just ticks down and really creeps up on you.
Absolutely. Now, we've got about 20 seconds here until the next match. It looks like we're going to have a 2v3 versus Jack. Let's see what our teams are.
This looks like it's going to be Jack and Jen versus everyone else. So now we're going to go into a little bit more fun, a little bit more of a kind of just like a fun game mode to kind of start rounding it out. So we still have a lot of action. We still have about 30 minutes of playtime. So we'll see how things go as we start to see the people... as we start to see everyone start to load in. It's going to be Coach Jesse, Greg, and Aiden up against Jack and Jen. So we're going to see how exactly everything pans out. I'm thinking Jack is going to pull out all the stops and pull out the fancy stuff. So this is when you're going to see all the crazy stuff happen, Brandon.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I could tell from the first game that Jack was kind of holding back a little bit because it was a 2v2. And, you know, he's a smart guy. We got some smart coaches. It's very difficult to find a matchup to him, you know, just because he does spend so much time. He's so dedicated to his craft, and he's a very good player. But, you know, it can mean very difficult to find a matchup when it comes to a 2v2 show match like this. But, you know, going into a 2v3, that extra man might just be, you know, enough for Jack to, you know, let the gloves off and say, you know, this is my time. It's time for me to, you know, show everyone what I've been working on. And, you know, having played with Jack, having seen him in free play, he's got a lot of really cool mechanics that I think I would really like to see here. And here we go, you know, blue team with the first real chance of the game, hitting it just off the crossbar. Kind of unlucky coming out of Greg, but the score remains 0-0 through the first minute. Jack with a chance going off the sidewall. Let's see what he can manage. Getting pressured by Jesse and Aiden. Ball heads out to Greg, challenged by Jen. Can't quite get there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the one thing I will say is that, excuse me, in a 2v3 matchup like this, I'd really want to see the three truly taking advantage of their space and taking advantage of the fact that they have an extra person, looking for those team plays, trying to build that chemistry. But we'll see if that happens moving forward.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, you have the opportunity, and Goyle is going to get demoed right here. I mean, when you get a demo on one of the two people, that's 50% of the team gone by, and that's a lot of opportunity to try to score. Even then, Jack comes up, and he's going to be able to block those shots. So that opportunities that you really make, you have to be quick on the capitalization.
Absolutely. The thing about Jack and Jen, you have to take your opportunities because you are not going to get many of them. Here we see what could have been a very dangerous counterattack. The blue team not quite ready for it. Kind of unfortunate, but you know what? Score remains 0-0 as we approach the halfway mark. Jack with an air dribble chance to think second. thinks better of it. It goes into a low 50 with Jesse. Jesse comes out on top.
Jesse reads the situation perfectly and knocks it right back, but now the ball is in dangerous territories for the blue side. It's going to go right up into the midsection, but it looks like Greg is going to be able to calmly pass it out, but Jack is there. It's going very close, but Jesse with a nice aerial to knock it out of the way.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I really thought Jack would be able to capitalize on that chance. You know, maybe he's just toying with his food a little bit. You know, going into this halfway mark, he's like, you know what? I'll keep it close. Maybe I'll show them something towards the end. Oh, another chance goes uncapitalized on for the blue team as the ball rolls back to the blue side. Big clear from Goyo. Let's see what he can do here.
Oh!
With the double touch. Pulls out what we've all been waiting for. What a shot. Let's take a look at this again.
It's right up into the air, and as I've always told, Jack has the ballerina theatrics, or just the ballerina moves to just dance in the air and hits it into an incredibly difficult shot into the corner pocket, and just put himself up on the board and his team, which is incredible to see a player of his caliber.
You know, I say this every day, Anthony. Every day, Jack hops onto this game and chooses violence. You know, folks at home might not know this. Jack actually played so much, he hurt his hand going into the Showmatch. Aiden ties it up. 1:41 left. Let's see how he did it. Just a long clear. Actually, that's a little help out from Jack. And, you know, that's what I'm saying. It's chances like that absolutely need to be capitalized on.
Absolutely, and that's one of the... If it wasn't teammate on teammate who kind of got that bump... Oh, pulled up! Just a straight
Jack
win.
With the quick response. You see Jen dropping the :O in chat. That shocked face. A little miscommunication from the blue team. Not quite sure who's going for the kickoff, and Jack quickly capitalizes on it.
You know, at those certain times when you don't know who's going to go, you might as well just go yourself and just not leave it up to chance. I mean, it is a 2v3. You have the numbers advantage. So even if both people go for it, you still got one person backing you up. Greg, looking for the nice aerial. Goyo is going to deny it and start to aerial himself. And now we got the ball heading over into blue territory.
You know, Anthony, one of my favorite things about Jack is that it's never just a save. It's never just a pass. It's never just a hit. He's always got something up his sleeve. He's got a plan. It's almost like he's playing chess, you know? He's 4 steps ahead of the competition at all times. And I think that's part of the reason that he's such a dangerous player.
Oh, absolutely. And on top of that, just the skills on top of it to boot. I mean, did you see that wonderful air dribble straight into the goal? I mean, someone had to come up and challenge him, and now it's in a very dangerous spot. It's almost scoring opposition, but now Jen's over on the side, and they're just trying to just hit it over and see if they can tie up the game now.
Yeah, I mean, with half the stuff Jax does, and you know, I hate to talk about Jack so much because all of our coaches are so incredibly talented, but half the stuff that Jack does, I don't even know what to call. How do you even cast this as he goes for an ambitious double touch? Let's see if Jen can capitalize. Not quite. Jesse hitting it just wide. Oh, had the perfect opportunity to tie it back up. There's about 20 seconds remaining and can't quite get the job done. Truly unfortunate. But you know, we talked a little bit earlier about how Aiden has really grown since the start of his coaching career. I'd say the same thing with Jesse. It's been really awesome seeing, you know, in terms of rank, you know, he started around like gold 1, gold 2. Now he's like mid to high plat as Orange takes it. Wow, well done. It's been really great to see all of our coaches growing, but especially those two.
Absolutely.
Do you think that match went about the way you expected, or what do you think?
I'd say it was something that I expected, yeah. Even with the 3v2, I mean, with kind of like Cope being such a good player timed up with Jack, it was going to be a very well match. I thought it was actually going to go into overtime, maybe 2v2. They were able to get some scoring in, but, you know, like, I'm not surprised that, still, you know, Jack being the player that he is, you know, and with the support from Jen, is going to come out on top 2-1.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you might not see it on the scoreboard. You know, Jen dropping in chat 86 points. But, you know, she's kind of like that Rajon Rondo type of player, where her impact is felt not necessarily on the score sheet. And, you know, when you are playing with a player like Jack, the intangibles are what's really important, you know. Just staying strong in the defensive half, getting big clears when it comes out, you know. that type of stuff isn't going to get you exactly the most points. It's not going to get you, the points that a save or a goal is. But still, her impact is felt there nonetheless.
And speaking of, we're gonna be going into the next event right now. While we go into a drop shot. Am I solo casting this? Looks like I might be. Question mark.
It looks like you are, my friend. I wish you good luck. Hey, it's been a pleasure casting these past couple of games with you. Talk soon, yeah?
All right, sounds good. Or is it a 2v2 question mark? We're trying to get things running here, but it looks like, well, as soon as we figure things out, but
on an unrocket related note, oh my goodness. If you're in chat, I've been thinking about Uber Eatsing Chipotle, and on one hand, Chipotle is really good, and on the other hand, I could save some money by not doing that. So if you're in chat right now, I would love to hear from you. Should I order Chipotle? Let me know.
We gotta get the opinions on the Chipotle order. This is very crucial. Everybody in chat, let your opinions be known. Should Brandon order Chipotle? And then also give him some suggestions if you know anything fire from Chipotle. But
actually, new quesadillas.
And quesadillas, maybe possibly. Oh, the new quesadilla. I've been trying to see if that's been fire, but looks like it might. It actually is gonna be looking like a 2v2 of Aiden and Greg with Aiden and Jack with Greg and Coat going into this drop shot.
Yeah, absolutely. Drop shot, normally a 3v3 matchup. It'll be interesting to see how they deal with the spacing in the 2v2. I think one of Jack's proudest accomplishments is the fact that he was once ranked top 100 in drop shot. I'll be curious to see if he can do it again. But, Jen and Aiden, good players in their own right. I think they'll be looking to keep it close. And, as we look here, over half a minute gone, they're the ones who have opened up this blue side of the field just a little bit more. As we look at the stat sheet right now, it is really close. I did say that, they had opened up the blue side of the field, but so has the orange team. Goyo with 27 damage, Coat with 12, Greg with 5, but none of that matters as Goyo gets his team on the board.
Yeah, he found the weakness in the floor and took the shot, throwing it right into it and scoring it for 1-0. Now the board is going to reset on their side, and they still got an opening. They still got an opening on theirs to see if someone can score it in. We're looking to see what exactly is going to come of it. They're already coming out of the board, swinging, already open up a little bit more. Oh no, it's on the orange side. They're opening it up just a little to see if they can get it in.
Yeah, absolutely. We've spent a lot of time talking about Jack. Let's look at the other folks on the field for a minute. I think that one of the big things I'll be looking for from Greg is to manage his power hits. In a big game like this, you're going to have a lot of space to hit the ball into. In the last game, with Sakar, we talked a little bit about how it can be important sometimes to go for those controlled dribbles, to keep the ball close to you. With drop shot, you can afford the ball to go a little bit further because you are trying to open it up as Jack doubles the score. Wow, he really threaded the needle on this one, didn't he?
Absolutely. Look at him. Target acquired, launches it straight through, picks up another dub, another goal for his team, and now they're up 2-0, which is getting, the deficit is growing.
Yeah, absolutely. The one big thing, I think I'm going to be looking to see how confident Aiden can be in the air for this one. See how much he can support Jack. On Jen's side, I'm going to be looking for big power clears from Greg, and from Jen, I'm going to be looking for how fast can we be on the challenge. Goyo, such a quick player. Best way to counteract him doing all that fancy stuff in the air, shut it down early.
Oh, absolutely. Don't let him get off. Don't let him get off any of those fancy dribbles. Don't let him be able to smack the ball into the ground. You just try to challenge him, try to get him off there. We just bump him to the side. Don't necessarily have to aim for the ball. Or try to just counter exactly what kind of Jen does. Read where he's going to hit it and just hits it back herself.
See, Greg just missing that opening, trying to narrow the deficit, as Jack just absolutely tearing through this orange half. Oh, man. This is absurd.
Absolutely, indeed. He's just being able to just get total control of this ball. This might be the first goal, but there is Aiden, you know, with his own skills. Aiden's going to be able to save it. Now, Greg is looking to start to throw it out to the side, but Jack again finds the ball. Going to start to round it around, but looks like he misses just a bit.
You know, it's kind of a dilemma for me because I think that a key to success for the orange team can be speeding it up just a little bit. I feel like this game is a little bit sluggish to start off. I say that as we, you know, approach this 1 minute 30 mark. Now, Jack, you're just toying with him at this point. But the thing is, you know, if we do start to speed that up, you know, that means taking more risks, and with more risks can possibly come more mistakes, and with more mistakes can come more openings like that. Aiden finding a little bit of a hole in that orange defense just to create a little bit more damage. Great pinch coming out from Greb. Could have been a little bit risky with that giant hole in the floor right there, but it's okay. Jack, just doing Jack things. What other way can you say it? Makes the score 3-0 with 1:10 remaining in this game.
There was a giant hole in the bottom half of the orange defense, and Jack was like, say less, runs into the air, smacks it right down like a volleyball, and nets himself another goal. There's nothing more to it.
Anthony, if I'm the orange team here, I'm blaming ping 100%. Aiden notorious for his low ping. Rocking 16 here, Jack on 20. As we look over to the orange side, you know, Greg joining us from the Midwest, rocking 68. Jen at 40. Honestly, I think that this game could just be boiling down to a ping diff.
It's a ping diff, and dare I say it, it's a Chipotle diff, as we're still waiting for the chat to see what exactly should Brandon get. More on that later after the match, but it is definitely a ping diff going on.
I mean, see, personally, I normally go for the burrito bowl, and I get a tortilla on the side so you can make your own burrito. But then they started charging 50 cents for the tortilla, and it's like, did you need to do that? I don't think you did.
But, looks like it's gotten tough times in the Chipotle economy, it seems.
See, here's the thing, Anthony. We've got about 15 seconds left. In a regular game of soccer, you know, it takes 1 second to score a goal.
Oh!
As G Money opens the bank, puts his team on the board, narrows the deficit to 3-1, but with about 9 seconds remaining, you know, you've got a lot to do. You've got to open up the floor by creating that damage and then get the ball through that. I just don't think there's enough time here.
Who knows? There could be a good hit. They just need another opening, but it looks like it's not going to be enough. I think over on the orange team, they spent too much time trying to outplay Jack or outplay the blue team when they could have been trying to outthink and just trying to outwit them. I mean, that very nice shot at the last second by G Money understood where the ball was going, understood what Jack was going to do, and instead of letting Jack just hit the ball out, he goes right on top of him, smacks the ball right down like volleyball, which, you know, you don't necessarily have to go for the go for like the flashy plays, but can go for those smart, sneaky plays.
Absolutely. You know, part of the fun of this show match is just because it feels like we're really flying by the seat of our pants here. You know, kind of calling in between games what the next game will look like. And personally, I don't know about you, I've been having a blast. I really hope that the folks on the field have. How are you doing, Anthony?
I have been having a great time so far, just being able to cast these games and just seeing how like everyone's been doing and all these kind of funny plays they're making. It's very entertaining to see kind of what everyone's doing and just, you know, having a blast, you know, talking with you, talking with Aiden, you know, and just having a wonderful time. It's been a wonderful Wednesday night, and we're actually going to go to hoops now.
Now this will be interesting.
Cart basketball. And, you know, this is all about, you know, having really good aerial mechanics, being able to hit the ball up into the hoop. And you know what, Brandon, I have none of those, as you've witnessed before.
Well, hey, you've got the right idea, and sometimes that's all you need. Let's see what these teams are. We've got Jen and Jesse heading in against Greg and Aiden. Let's see who takes this one. This will be a really interesting matchup, you know. Jack off the field for this one. Jesse going up for the aerial when no one else does. Not quite getting it down enough. Jen going for the backboard shot. Let's see if we can get in. Not quite. Bounces out. Couple of chances here. Kind of a fast start from both teams. 10 seconds in. Only one registered shot, but I'd say 3 real opportunities.
Absolutely. And, you know, the ball has been flying, going up. I mean, there's been a lot of opportunity and a lot of chance of the ball in. A lot of it is starting to hits the rim right off the top, skids right past, and now they're going to be able to send it over the blue side. It's going to start going in there, pretty dangerous, but instead knocks you right back. And with this smaller court, you just have this very, you know, reversals and transitions that happen on a dime.
You know, the interesting thing about hoops is that what a save by Jen. The interesting thing about hoops is that goals can be so creative as opposed to a regular stock card game mode. And what I mean by creative is that, you know, you can see the occasional wall to goal air dribble that just absolutely stuns everyone. You can also see someone, you know, just slam it into the corner, have it bounce up off the wall and roll into the net. Or, you know, we can see goals that are completely unintentional, goals that maybe weren't intended to be goals. You see their dangerous chance by Greg off of the 50. We'll be interested to see what these goals look like. One of my favorite things about Rocket League, you know, there are no ties as opposed to a traditional soccer game. So someone will have to win. Let's look at the shot count here, keeping it really close. You know, orange team with 3 shots, Jesse with 2, Jen with 1, blue with 2, Greg with 1, Aiden also with 1. But I'd say this is a very close matchup. Who do you think takes this one, Anthony?
That's going to be tough to call. I'm putting a little bit of my hope here on Greg and Aiden to be able to pick this up. I really want to see Aiden come in with those clutch aerials. Hasn't really found success too much so far. But Coat and Jesse, Jen and Jesse, I might say, have been coming up with some really grandiose saves. You saw Jen going into the hoop and just knocking it out a second ago. This is going to be really coming down to the wire, I believe, and it's going to get really close.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that it's just going to be one moment of brilliance or a tragic mistake. No in between. But, you know, we'll see what happens. Personally, I'm looking to Jesse and Jen to take this one. I think that they have played a little bit together as opposed to Aiden and Greg. They've got a little bit of chemistry, and I think that ultimately, you know, having played against Jen being a little warm, her aerial mechanics, I think, are what's going to be carrying the orange team to victory. But we'll see. You know, as we cross the halfway mark, about 2 minutes remaining, the score does remain 0-0.
What I really think that's going to come down to and get that game-winning score, it's going to come down to, oh my goodness.
I thought that was it.
I thought that was it in two, but, you know, maybe it might come down to what I originally thought. We really need someone to just get that kind of layup, you know, Greg, Aiden, or, you know, Jesse and Jen just really smacks it into the air, and then you get another person, you know, jumping in with the aerial to just smack it down on the other side. I really think that's what it's going to come down to. Never mind, Jesse dunks it in himself.
You know, I was just thinking to myself what it's going to come down to, in my opinion, someone deciding, you know what, I'm tired of the score being tied. I want a goal now. That's exactly what Jesse did, going off the wall, not an easy read by any stretch of the means, making the score 1-0 with little over 90 seconds left. Kudos to him. Jen flies by the ball on the kickoff.
Both teams looking for the fake out here. A lot of people faking maybe themselves out too, giving themselves a little bit of delusion there. But, you know, yeah, Jesse with that score. Is this going to be another one? Is it going to be in? That's another goal coming straight off the bumper of Jen.
Yes, sir. You know, that takes a lot of talent right there. Some players, you know, they forget to do this, but when you go up for an aerial like that, the only reason Jen was able to angle her car the way that was, get that redirect exactly the way she wanted, is because she air rolled right before she went up for it. You saw her tilt her car on that axis just a little bit to the side, allowed her to get that really precise hit, and ultimately double the score.
Absolutely, just a wonderful mastery of the craft and the car coming out from Jen, Coach Coat, to put it in for a second goal. I don't know if I could say second goal, but maybe just a second 2-pointer. I don't know, man.
I think second goal is okay. I think second goal. Yeah, you're fine.
We'll go with the goal.
It's hoops.
It's hoops.
It's cars hitting a ball into a goal. So not going to argue with you on semantics on that one. As Jen makes the score 3-0, just showing absolutely no mercy. I think at this point, this is as much of a mental game as anything. You know, Orange team clearly with the momentum. I think it's going to take a lot for this blue team to dig themselves out of this hole.
Absolutely. Just this game was so close for a majority of the time. It was 0-0 for so long, and then suddenly Jessie finds a dunk, and then Jen, not wanting to be outdone, finds some wonderful shots of her own to put it up 3-0. Might actually be a goal
What a
for blue
save.
team, but it's a wonderful save coming out.
Good touch by Aiden there. Really small touch to make sure that the ball doesn't drop in. Blow its chance by the Orange team. But, you know, sometimes that's all it takes in hoops. Once you get that first one, the next goals just start coming. And they don't stop coming. It's almost like Smash Mouth is on the field as the Orange team takes the victory. Jen and Jessie, 3-0, an absolutely dominant performance. Started off a little bit slow, just picked up speed and never looked back.
Picked up speed, not looking back, only looking forward to a victory. As we can kind of see a little bit of the replays and then the saves. And, you know, it actually comes out, you know, Jessie and Jen are actually going to be the ones coming out on top, and, you know, reversing my prediction of what I thought, you know, Greg and Aiden was going to find, you know, a good victory, but not the coordination, but the teamwork was just not there entirely, even though they had some good shots on goal, as you can see, 3 and 2.
You know, it's not often that I think the scoreboard tells the entire story, but I think it really does here. In particular, the shot count. We just saw a very aggressive Orange team towards that second half. Oh, do I want to do it? Sure. Probably.
Oh, looks like we might have a 3v3 rumble, which I don't mind solo casting if we want to go ahead and do that and end the day with that. Do have about 11 minutes, so, you know, we'll see what happens here.
Let's do it. All right, Anthony, I will catch you on the flip side. Looks like I'm hopping in for this rumble game.
Alright, thanks so much for joining me, Brandon. We'll go ahead and send you over, and, you know, I'm gonna be on the hot seat alone, so strap in, everybody, all you nice gamers out there, for one last game of a rumble before we end the day. Both teams are revving up their engines while we wait for everybody to load into this 3v3 rumble. Got everybody ready to go. So for the last match of the day, a Royal Rumble between Aiden, Jack, and Greg, with Brandon, Jen, and Coach Jessie as their adversaries. As you can already see, they're really trying to get some aggression, and we have a professional this time. 3v3 match, and we have already a little bit of power-ups coming out. The ball frozen into the air by Brandon. It's like they're going to throw out some more power-ups, and it's just crazy. Everyone's already going on the offensive, getting some magnetized, getting the ball magnetized, getting very close to goal, but none of them want to get it in over onto the side. Now it's going to go over the blue side. Or actually, I'm sorry, the orange side. But a very nice hit in from Goyo. No, actually from Greg with an assist for Goyo to put themselves on the board. Very nice. It's up off the side, and that comes right there. Actually, I think that might have hit it into his own goal. Wasn't watching there particularly. Now we have to see how the orange team wants to respond and see. The 50-50 just going to go to the side, knowing a clear winner. As the ball moves up to the side of the wall, both teams looking to see a very nice demo. Get him out of the way, and the ball goes flying, and they're just going supersonic here, just not pulling any punches. Very nice wrangle from the Wrangler, Bill Ford, Tough Brandon. Get it stuck into the air. A nice position for them to get it out the way, but unfortunately it's going to get blocked a little bit. No. Still looking to see a nice demo with the spike power up. Pulls it to the side with that. And another demo coming from Brandon. No, I would say I'm surprised, but actually never surprised when it's a demo. Brandon is just trying to drive backwards like the madman he is. See if he can get it. The ball is very high up into the air, but the two people trying to go up. Someone gets shot straight in the air. His car is on the last limbs. And that's the crazy part of Royal Rumble, as to say, you just have all this power-ups just knocked to the side, Jack, with the boot. With Coach Jessie, gonna respond with a boot of his own. It's really hard to expect it's really hard to predict what really goes on, you know. People with all these kind of crazy power-ups, as it's not more of a traditional, more of a fun game. As you can see, someone just magnetizing the ball to see if they can get it over in their favor. Tornado coming right out to Jack to scoop it up, and then you got Jen over there trying to Spider-Man over the wall. I mean, just absolute craziness going on. It's very nice to see, and a teleport out of the way. Get Sub-Zero'd over to the side. And ball knocked over to the blue side yet again. And the teams are very even. I mean, you have these kind of power-ups kind of being an equalizer. It doesn't matter though. Goyo still can be able to do his kind of dance moves in the air to find a score. Find it right into it. Really difficult to rotate in this kind of game mode when you're either kicked out of the way, teleported out of the way, or just straight up demoed by a spike. No. Again, we have a lot of just absolute craziness coming from Jack. You know, nothing to be expected, but you know, now that it is a 3v3, he doesn't have as much opportunity to do kind of those sort of deals when he has someone possibly challenging him and not as much time. Greg is just right now just trying to maintain possession of the ball. Is going to get knocked away. You don't have as much leisure way, a TP, but does not matter as Coach Jen is going to help out Jesse. Grab the ball up. The spike keeps it on top, but magnetized it to the ball. That's actually some pretty prime teamwork with the power-ups there. Puts them on the board for 2-1. The double commit from both Jen and Brandon, a little bit of a backfire. Not so much as they push the ball over to the blue side, and now they're trying to look to see how exactly they're going to score up side of the ball. Brandon hits it. Oh my goodness! A very nice plunger, but it doesn't matter. They still find a way in. A very nice shot. Then the plunger comes right back out, but Brandon is there to hit it into Greg, and a little bit of his undoing as he uses Greg as a backstop. Now 2-2, tied up. Getting really close. Jack was looking for it. Jack actually smacks Greg in to see if, you know, if Greg's in the way, he's going to smack Greg into the ball, use him as a billiard. Backham's, funny enough, he is the one with the spike. He's going to just start running it down to see if he can football it. Unfortunately, it comes loose at the last second. Try to running back that in. Greg is, you know, in a spike position. Aiden tries to help out Greg by relieving the pressure with the boot. Vamos a dar el bola, va a ir al centro, va a necesitar a alguien del centro, ahí va Goya, va a ponerlo en centro, pero un nice plunger va a dejar el bola enfriado en el medio del software. Greg va a ir y es un gol. ¡Gol! ¡Eshimani! Now we're going to hit the SAP button on the remote and go back to some English commentary as we start to go back. Now 3-2, last minute of this Royal Rumble. TP teleports him right out the way. Another teleport, but he's still trying to Spider-Man across the field. He just traveled 2 field lengths to get to that ball. Everybody. Absolute chaos on the field right now. Again, someone trying to Spider-Man over the ball. Goyo is going to magnetize it over the side with the plunger. And then the frozen. And then someone just gets demoed off the side. What is happening right now? Everyone's just trying to pull out all the stops to see if they're able to kind of pick up this ball and see if they can pick up the last score. Blue team really just wants to put one more board and play some good defense. But, oh my gosh. Brandon hitting it to the side. And then a nice just uppercut punch jab to smack it right in. Absolutely wonderful. The 50-50 kickoff is going to find itself just straight in the middle. No one was able to knock it over the side. Now they're pushing over the orange side. Last 5 seconds. Will the ball be able to make it into the goal and finish the game, or are we going to go into overtime? It is in a very distant situation. A very good knock-up. Magnetation, but it is going to still hit the floor, and we're now back to overtime to see who is going to be crowned the Royal Rumble winners here. as it is going to be hit over to the orange side. Blue is looking to see if they can make this a score. Jen right there going to be able to knock it away. A lot of the pressure is mounting. A very nice jab, but Frozen going to be over to see if they can center it. Instead, it's just going to go high in the air in the middle of the goal. Jen is going to be looking to see if they can score, but unfortunately, very nice clear. Someone is Spider-Manning and Frozen into the air to just stop all momentum of the ball. Aiden actually finds a good demo on a Jesse. Now they're trying to push it over, but Jen says, "Nuh-uh, I'm going to jab it right back into the corner." A lot of pressure. They just want to see the last goal of this game. Brandon's trying to go around the side to see if he can demo anybody. Jen doing a very good job of applying that defensive pressure. So many people trying to magnetize the ball right now. And the ball just can't figure out where it wants to go with all of its momentum being canceled. Very nice hit into it, but it doesn't matter. Very nice brute. Everyone's just trying to pull out all the stops to just get this last goal. Right now, someone is just kind of a little bit onto overdrive there. Greg pushing it, wants to keep this ball onto the orange side. The tornado coming in, everyone's being flung every which way. This can be dangerous. They're trying to center it. Instead, Brandon's looking to see if he can fake this out and get that last goal, but Jack is not gonna fall for any of it. Almost called him Greg, but it doesn't mean Greg, but looks like it might be the final goal. Looks like Coat was able to keep it stuck to her car and just rides it in like a linebacker. I'm sorry, not a linebacker, quarterback, going for a rush play. Reverses right in. Greg had no way of stopping that, and that's going to be the victory for the orange side. Very well played. A lot of craziness happening there, but no. That is going to be the end of the day for us here at Connected Camps. If you want to see more, we're going to try to provide with more show matches, more just crazy stuff like this, and more entertainment for you and everyone out there while we go into the summer. Don't forget to follow us on the socials. We hope you all enjoyed what we had for you today. Thanks for coming out. We'll see you all next time.